Okay, I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing before I start to do it. My goal is to try to make all these burn marks sort of disappear. What I decided to do is use a minimal amount of Bondo, if any. I don't care if the trunk leaks. In other words, this isn't a car that's made to be driven in the rain, obviously. So I'm not going to try to make it watertight. But what I do want to do is make these edges as smooth as I can. You can see I've been grinding them here. What I might do is, if I can get the Bondo and everything to about the right color, I might just put a little bit right along in here. But along these edges, I've just been grinding these welds down to make them as invisible as I possibly can. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is mix up some paint very thin and try to get the color about right, like this old faded red, and just to kind of brush over these spots where the burn marks are. I actually welded this with a stick welder. I started out using a MIG welder. I'm not a very good MIG welder. I'm really pretty good with the stick, and even though this is pretty thin metal, I turned it way down low, and you was able to get some pretty substantial welds with that stick welder, whereas with the MIG, it just always feels to me like I'm trying to glue something together with bubble gum. I'm sure people that know how to do it better than me. But anyway, there's that. Somebody did ask me to talk a little bit about Bondo, so I will. Basically, Bondo is this gooky stuff right here, and you put a little hardener in it, which is what this is. I got two kinds of hardener. I got the blue and the red. They both do the same thing, they're just a different color. Since the trunk lid's red and I'm trying to stick with the red, I thought I'd use this. I'm just going to mix up a little bit of it. I've got an old AAA card here I'll use for a spreader. Now, I know what I'll do is I'll just kind of spread it on as thin as possible, but try to create the right shape that I want, and then let it get hard, and then I can come back and sand on it. Stuff's pretty hard to sand after it's done. You know, sometimes a grinder works pretty good on it. Anyway, I'll show you the process as I go along. Alright, it's not very professional looking, but it's a rat rod, and who cares, right? I'm liking that pretty good. I might let that dry a little bit and then just do the same thing again, rub it over with some more of that real light red and wipe it back off. I think what happens is gradually as I do that, it all sort of becomes about the same color, which is what I'm looking for.